David Trowbridge from David Trowbridge Art here. I just wanted to update you on where I was with the painting of Ayla, that black lab that I started last week. At that point I had blocked essentially the dog in, and what I've done now is finish up with the background and also the bandana and some other parts just to kind of get everything painted in. And the importance of that is to make color relationships and value relationships. I know at this point things look kind of, a little sloppy and things, but it's really important to get as much of the paint down as you can on the whole surface so that you can then better judge, is this too warm or too cool, or too light or too dark, and if you're pleased with the colors that you're coming up with. So right now things are looking pretty good. I do think that purplish background is probably the way to go, but I think I'm going to have to make it both probably lighter, a bit warmer, and knock it back a little bit so it stays in the background. One of the things I also noticed is that when I mounted the photocopy onto the board, the drawing kind of got a bit wider. When I do the mounting, I do put it in water so that when you mount it, it will lay flatter. It doesn't curl up at all. But it can also, sometimes depending on the paper, it can widen or lengthen the drawing depending on the way that the paper is cut. So in this case, I noticed that his face looked a bit wider than I actually had in the drawing, which is there. So what I'm going to have to do now is go back and compare the two. I've already started to make a couple of chalk notes. You can see the white lines around, just indicating where I may have to change that. But the important thing is to keep going back to your primary reference as well as the drawing or sketch that you've done, and just to make sure everything is lining up, because ultimately that's what you need to have it make it look like. It doesn't matter if, well, you've just done what is on the painting, but you need to make sure that it keeps matching up to what you have and the likeness of that animal. So this is all in front of me for the next day or two. And yeah, so I'll keep coming back with the stages that I have and the changes that I've made, and I'll let you know why I'm making them and how they're adjusting. But yeah, I think it's coming along well, and we'll check you up in a couple days. So in the meantime, you can go back to my website, which is www.davidtrowbridgeart.com. You can follow me on Instagram, which is @dtrowbridgeart, or stay tuned to this YouTube channel. So thanks for checking in, and I'll see you next time.